Hello guys, my name is Lamini. Welcome to African Free Knowledge Institute. Today we'll be taking a look at the GUI and the command line interface. Basically, I'll be taking a look at what's the difference between the two. Okay, if you go online, go to Google, you can just search for these words, their meanings, and there is a ton of information out there that can help you, define this if you want a verbal explanation. But what I'm going to do here is different. I'm not going to give you the definition as it is, but I prefer showing people than explaining to them. So this is what I'm going to do. So here on this side we have the command line interface. Basically, the command line interface is the word say you put some commands here. If you want to go to a folder, you put a command that will direct you to that folder. So the command interface only takes commands. Now, back in the days before there was a graphical user interface, also known as the GUI, people were using the command line interface. So as things goes on, and the graphical user interface was designed to fit almost all users. The command interface was more specialized, so only a certain individual were able to use the command line interface. For one simple reason, it was scary to use it, and you had to memorize many commands that you need to execute in the command line interface. So the graphical user interface now was created so to fix that big problem. So now almost everyone is used to the graphical user interface. The graphical user interface, the one which you are already using, maybe as I'm speaking right now. So it has icons, the start menu, all these icons. This is the beautiful part that you see when you're opening your PC or your operating system. So let us go to the command. Let's go to the graphical user interface first, so that we can see what the graphical interface is. Okay, here on this screen we call it a desktop. On the desktop, this is the desktop. You can see a number of icons. We have some shortcut here. The game player. We've got Pac-Man, a shortcut here, and we've got many shortcuts here that we have. So this is the command line interface. Basically, here you can do a number of things by clicking on them. So if you want something, you can just go here and then click, and then you can maybe want to shut the PC. You don't need to put some commands. Just on it is a click away. So this is the command line interface. This is the graphical user interface. So the graphical user interface basically is this section or this part of a computer where you just have to browse through some icons or click through some icons to open or to execute some commands through. Now, by clicking on them, you can open. If you want to open a folder, you can just press here. So almost everyone is used to the graphical user interface. So let's just take a look at the command line interface. So now that we are going to take a look at the command line interface, let us so we have some few commands that we'll be putting on the command line interface. So to open the command line interface, these are the instructions you have to follow. Just press Window lock key and R and write a CMD and then press OK. And then this is how we're going to open the command line interface. And once you have opened command line interface, you can just right tab and you are going to see a ton of commands there that you can execute. Now is a good place to start when you are a beginner in using the command line interface. So the big question is, why on earth would I want to use the command line interface? So, well, for starters, the command line interface now it is fast when it comes to executing its commands. It doesn't freeze, doesn't do all these tasks that are done by the graphical interface. So sometimes when you open the graphical user interface, you may see this, more especially when you are running out of RAM. It may take a long time to load, but in the command line interface, everything is executed very, very quick. So let's go to just open CMD. So here, this is the command line interface. This is the command line interface. In the command line interface, you can just write help and then press enter. And here we're going to see a ton of commands that you can execute here. So we are going to execute some of them. So these are the commands here on this side, and these are the explanations on each command. So we're going to use some of them, such as this one, directory, the dir. A directory is another name for a folder in a command line interface. So the directory, this command display all the list of files and subdirectory in a directory. So that's what it do. So there's no better explanation than this one. And we've got another command which we are going to use. This one, the MD, for creating a directory or a folder. So if you want to create a folder, you can just write MD and the name of the folder. So we're going to execute these commands. Or you can use this one. Now, I don't know why they created two of those, but I think they want you to choose which one you want to use. So we are going to do that right now. So the first command, we didn't look at it. The first command for clearing the screen is CLS. If you want to clear the screen, CLS. So if you want to start a new command line interface, you can just write start and then press enter. Now we have a new one. Or if you want to exit it, you can write exit. Yeah, now you have exited it. So if you want to display everything that is found in this directory key nation, you can just write dir, and then now you have everything you can find here. So here we've got desktop, documents, downloads. Now we've got a ton of things here. So if you want to go to the desktop, you can use this command cd for change directory and the name of the directory you want to open. At desktop, you can press tab to auto completion desktop and then press enter. So now let us clear. Now we're in a desktop. You can list the directory or the files that are found in there. Now you can see all the things which are found in our desktop. Basically, the desktop, this is the place. This is the desktop. Now this is the desktop. Basically, you can see all these folders that we have here, directory that we have here, the shortcuts. You can see them in the command line interface. So here you can see PowerPoint, we can see programming, Pell lessons, all these, Pac-Man. So these are things which you can do in the command line interface. Let us execute some more commands. So let's say you want to find more commands on directory. You can just press the right directory and then press question mark. And now you can see a lot of things here, a lot of commands which you can execute with the command directory. So you can just do your homework and research more about this command. I'm very sure that it's going to come in handy in the near future. So let us clear. Let's say you want to change from one drive to another. As you can see here, if you open a folder, we've got these drives: software, drive S and drive B, movies and academics, drive C, and local disk D. Now we have this drive. Let's say we want to change from this drive, because right now we are in drive C. We want to change from drive C maybe to drive B. This is the command which we execute. Basically, what you do, you just write the name of the drive. If it's drive B, try drive B and then colon, and then press enter. Now we're in drive B, and then you can see what is found inside there. Yeah, so we have all these things which are found in drive B. The French audio lessons. This is directory. We've got the name here. It tells you, this is a folder. This is not a folder. All this this was written there. It tells you that this is a folder. So let us open it. So here we, as you can see, we've got these folders that we have here. And we've got recent HDs, French short stories, all this, computer science, desktop multi-folder, and we've got all this directory inside this drive B. So that's how you change from one drive to another. Okay, let us go back to drive C. Now we can clear the screen. Now we're back in drive C. So let us say you want to create a folder. What you do is say, write MD. Let's put the name of the folder. Maybe let's call it best folder. Best folder. Now, if you go to the desktop, as you can see, we're inside the desktop here. Go to the desktop, we're going to see it. Desktop, best folder. Here we have best folder. And let's say you want to create manifold. Oh, let's say if you, oh, let me show you this. Empty, if you want to, you put double quotes if you want to space the name. Let's say I wanted to write base folder. No, and no, with some spaces, base folder, maybe base folder 2, and then put. So if you want to, you're going to put some spaces like here. You need to put some codes here, otherwise you're going to create 2 folders, best and then folder. Now you can see it. So now we've got best folder. So that is what you do. Another thing we can, and the most interesting about this the command interface is that, is that you can create multiple folders. Empty, let's say you've got maybe folder 1, maybe folder 2, maybe folder 3, maybe folder 4, maybe folder 5. You can just execute those commands, and then basically here what we're going to do, we're going to create multiple folders. We're going to create this folder 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 folders. Okay, let us go to the desktop. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have 5 folders. So as I have said earlier on, you can just go to the help and look at commands which you want to execute. You know, I've got a ton of commands, and some of them sometimes they are difficult to use, but you can just Google them online, and you're going to find there now. People are already out there begging to help you in any way they can. So that is what you do. And let us look at something else which we may want to execute. We are looking at another command which you may want to execute. Okay, let us try to execute this one, the move command. This one, the move command. Yeah, I think this one is great for experimenting. So let us experiment with this one. Now, it has been a while since I last used it, so let us use it. Basically, what they say that this command, the move command, you move one or more files from one directory to another directory. Now, let us try to execute it. Let's say here in our desktop, we've got these folders, folder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say you want to put folder 1 inside folder 2. Let us try to execute that command. Let's say move folder 1 to folder 2. Press enter. And moved. Let us look at the desktop. Now we no longer have folder 1. We have inserted this. Let's say we want to move folder 1, folder 3, and 4 to folder 5. And let us execute it. Move CLS. You can just put here. So basically, I want to move folder 3 and 4 to folder 5. These are the folder we want to move. So let us do that. Move folder 3, folder 4 to folder. Okay. So our mission was to our mission is to move folder 1 is to move folder 3 and folder 4 to folder 5. So the last folder which we want to put, insert all the other folder, the folder which is going to contain all the rest of the 2 folders is the last one. So press enter. Now we have the syntax of command is incorrect. Folder 1, 2, 3, or maybe move folder 3 to folder 5. Now we have moved that, and then move folder 4 to folder 5. Let's move. So you can just look at that. So let us look at these folders. So here we have folder 5 here. So we can just navigate to folder 5 and look at inside. cd folder 5, press tab. Now folder 5, enter, cls. So these are the folders which we've moved inside in folder 5. So these are some of the commands you can use. So as you can see, sometimes when you execute a command, the computer is going to tell you, hey, that is a bad command that you have executed. So you can, it's more like you trial and error. You can test, and then, yeah, if you have done programming, you understand this. So that's what you do. Maybe we can look at other commands. So let's look at the tree command. Basically, the tree command is graphically displays the directory and structure of a drive or path. So let us write tree here so that we can see what they're talking about. Tree, and press enter. So here we have the tree structure. In drive C, we have this one, folder and folder 4. So basically here we're looking at the tree structure inside the folder 5. So we can go back, press this command, cd, go back, cd, go back, cd, go back. So this is how you go back. There's a command that you use. So you can do that. Of course, there's a ton of information you can learn from just using help. So you can do a lot of things here. We can sort, you can shut down the computer, you can shift. Now, there are a ton of things which you can do here. Maybe you want to remove a directory. Let us use that. Let us go to cd. Okay, before we do that, so where do you want to navigate? Users. We want to navigate to users. So users, cd, u, tab, users. Now dir. Then now we want to go to Kingnashi. cd, a, ls. This command, you don't find it in the Windows PC. You will find it on Linux or Unix systems. So yeah, I just have it because I've incorporated this command with another software. Maybe I'm going to show you that in the near future. So maybe now we want to go to desktop, cd, desktop, tab. Now let's clear the screen, dir. So now we can just go to, let's say we want to remove which folder? Folder 2. We want to remove folder 2. Let us look at the command again. The remove command, rm director, should remove. Rm dir say folder 2. Directory is not termed. So this is what you see when you're trying to remove a directory that contains information. So the computer is basically warning you, hey, don't do that. So let us go to maybe to folder cd folder 2. cd tab. So now what's inside here? So here we've got folder 1. Let's say we want to remove folder 1. rm, then folder, remove this directory, folder 1. So now we no longer have folder 1. We can just move back cd and then rm directory folder 2. Now we can remove folder 2. So those are some of the commands which you can execute on the command line interface. And basically this command line interface is very interesting. And if you are venturing into the world of programming, now and then you're going to use it. It's going to be part of your life. In fact, if you want to be more efficient, the command interface is going to be a friend. So operating systems such as Kali Linux and Ubuntu, all the kernel operating system, they are most known for using the command interface to execute most of the command. The concept of the GUI is a new concept to them, and programmers, most of them at least, like to use the command line interface to execute most of their commands. Actually, it is fast and interesting to execute commands using the command interface. So thank you everyone for being with us. Or if you want to exit, you can just exit. So yeah, these are some of commands which you can execute. We have tried to write some of them here. So thank you everyone for being with us. Stay tuned for our next lesson.